Hello everyone, welcome back. This is volume 3 of my web series, and I want to get to an important subject. This next presentation is going to have to do with a few things. One of them is tax strategizing. We hear a lot about a Roth. There's also another tool called a CWL to help you accomplish a tax strategy. And again, these topics are more to do with getting established. Also, when we talk about saving money, we know interest rates are pretty low right now. So 3 to 6 months of savings, where can you do that in an interest-efficient vehicle? And then pointing down here, I told you I would talk a little bit about disability-proof savings, and I'll talk a little bit about that in this series. And it'll have to do a little bit with one or two products. But let's dive right in. So here's the presentation. Tax diversifying your retirement income. Alright, so retirement isn't what it used to be. Social Security was a big part of it. Pension and qualified plans. This egg is kind of like equally as big on this illustration, and personal assets basically play less of a role. Now this is trying to emphasize that Social Security may be less of it. For some people who are young, it'll be non-existent. Pension and qualified plans will also be a smaller portion of the egg, and but personal assets, basically there's going to be a larger reliance on people doing their own planning. Social Security is shaky, and without changes by 2041, Social Security Trust Fund will be exhausted. So for young people like me, we won't have it, so we'll have to plan around it. And for people that are getting ready to retire, they can take it into account when they do their retirement planning. There are fewer pensions and limits on qualified plans. Today, only 22% of today's workforce has access to a defined benefit pension plan. Fewer employer contributions to pension plans. There are limits on company matching of 401k plans, true. And of course, more reliance on employee contributions. So basically, employers kind of get rid of their pension plans, and we're just like, hey, we're going to have this new awesome thing for you. It's called a 401k. You can fund it yourself. This is going to be great. That's what a 401k is. You contribute obviously part of it, and your employer, if they're nice, will do the same thing. But the money won't get annuitized the way a pension would have done that, unless you should choose to annuitize it. And of course, it's in whatever investment mix you should choose from your 401k. Get off this subject. Personal assets are critical. This is true. Here's a lot of what I go over with my clients. How much will I need? How much will I have? How much do I need to save to cover the shortfall? For personal savings, where should I put my money, and how will I be affected by taxes? Good segue. Now, the tax perfect retirement plan. Contributions are tax deductible. Accumulation tax deferred. Distributions are tax-free. But this is the tax strategy to go to jail because you never paid taxes. So, what can you do? You can either take a deduction right now. Obviously it's tax deferred, but then at some point you pay taxes. It's a 401k, traditional IRA. Or you pay taxes now. It's tax deferred. And then, because you paid taxes before, you don't have to pay taxes again. The distributions are tax-free. That's a Roth IRA. A CWL can help you accomplish that. But why would you want to? What's the difference? So, draw your own conclusions here. Taxes, this is as of 2008. Taxes before, taxes now. If you're taking a deduction on your taxes now, and you can kind of just guess where they may be going, but But if you take a deduction now and they go up, they just happen to go up, what would be the best strategy? I'll go through an illustration with numbers. If they go down, what would be the best strategy? A Roth IRA, a 401k? Which one would be the best strategy? Of course, most of my clients have a 401k regardless of anything, so just diversifying it is just establishing a Roth IRA or a CWL. Let's go to the next slide. This goes a little bit more into depth, not necessary for this. Good slide if you want to pause the video, but I won't belabor it. This is important. The CWL has a provision in it. So say you're contributing $200 a month into the plan, and you're doing it for 30 years. You're gonna, over the course of your whole working career, you're gonna do $200 a month into the plan. At a year 10, you basically you get ill, you get cancer, or something terrible happens. Essentially, you become disabled. Well, the CWL will continue to just pay into itself for the duration of the disability. So you still have a savings plan working for you, regardless of whether or not you have the ability to work. And that goes back to where are we? That goes back to this right here. This is important. This is the point I'm trying to drive home. If you're just always stuck with a 401k and you take $90,000 out in year 1 of retirement, 100% of it's taxable. So in the current tax climate, $90,000 taxed at right around an average of 25% is a $22,500 tax. So this is available. This goes to your bank account. Had you tax diversified, you take $90,000 out year 1, so same distribution year 1 with a tax diversification strategy. $45,000 comes out of your Roth IRA or CWL. $45,000 comes out of your 401k. All of this is taxable, but since you only made $45,000 that year, it's only taxed at 15%. That's your tax bill, $67.50. We take $45,000 out of the CWL or the Roth, basically treated kind of the same here. All of it is tax-free. $45,000 taxed at 0% is a $0 tax. If you want a copy of this presentation, feel free to get in touch with me. Or if you want any clarification on it, feel free to get in touch with me. That is the end of the presentation. And let's just make sure I covered everything on this. Oh, yeah, also a CWL, the savings account. A CWL is a guaranteed vehicle, so it's just like a savings account. But again, you'd have to talk to a professional to get this advice. And so yeah, that's this presentation. It went over a few different points of the basic financial planning timeline. Bada bang, bada bang, bada boom. Alright, tune in for our next episode. Thank you very much.